And we're back.
Good? All right, now I want to ask you another question, right? 'Cause once again, you're a whole black woman here. But people said I hate black women, which I clearly don't, right? Now, the question I have for you, do black women hold men to the same standard as white men in the dating term? When it comes to dating?
My true opinion is I really don't know much about like black women dating Caucasian men, but I feel from what I see on social media or on TV, I feel like, yeah, they don't hold each other equal. They put the Caucasian man at the highest standard because one, if a black woman is dating someone Caucasian, is either they have money, like they could then choose as good and stuff. From what I'm seeing on TV, I'm not saying all black women dating white men. Like when you watch the shows like Housewives of Atlanta, like one of them up there is dating someone that's Caucasian and obviously she's dating them for the money. So that's my personal opinion.
I think black women holds black men to a way higher standard than the white men, because the black man, once again, to deal with the black woman is that they put all these barriers. You gotta have this, you gotta have this, you gotta have long hair, you can't have no receding hairline, you gotta have a big DICK, you gotta have a bankroll, you gotta make more than me, you gotta be 6 feet, you better have no kids, and
a baby mama,
all kind of wild stuff, right? The white man, he's gotta be white. I have never heard a black woman say, white man or Asian man, he better be 6 feet. He gotta have a long white penis. I have never heard this.
Do they exist?
He should be white and average. Like literally, like literally, like the guy gotta be, for a black woman, he gotta be handsome, he gotta have all these type of things. But it was a white man, he just basic.
Cause it's the skin, baby.
But my point is, that's the standard.
The skin for
to me, it's
women.
foolish. For example, right? Now, this is an example that Tommy Sotomayor gave, and it's a perfect example, right? Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. He's actually the godfather of all this stuff. Real talk, right? So, let's talk about, he gave an example with Eve. And he was saying, and it makes perfect sense, he was saying, for example, when Eve was dealing with black people, black guys, like they had to been this type of certain type of black guy, Rough Riders, the women's always rowdy, blah, blah, blah. The minute the black woman date a white man, they become the woman they always was supposed to be. They become feminine and friendly again. For example, when Eve was dealing with the Rough Rider, whatever, I get that with part of her persona, I'm saying, and that thing, but the woman acting rough like the guys, right? But
which is not cute.
She started dealing with her white boyfriend, her husband now.
You ain't hear a peep out of her.
Like she's like regular.
Yeah.
Like she's submissive, feminine, all over everything.
But you also don't hear it much. Like, okay, Eve with her husband, when she was dating whoever she was dating, Rough Rider, Eve is dating this, all in the media, this, that. Now that she's married to a Caucasian man, you don't hear much about it. Like, I just seen her baby picture, her son's picture, and I was like, oh, he's incredibly handsome. And like a comment underneath was like, oh, you had to have a baby with that white man so your baby can have nice eyes and nice hair. So I was like, okay, that's a little bit extra.
Who said that? You?
No. Why would you say I say that?
I'm asking you. I ain't.
No. What? I think it was under the Shade Room. They shared a picture of her son.
See, right now, right? So now she gets to sleep with a white guy, which I'm not knocking. I think you love who you love. That's my take on it, right?
Love is love.
So, but when she was with the guys, like Tommy Sotomayor said, she was a pit bull in a skirt. And the minute she started with a white guy, she became
ballerina and a princess.
She became the woman she always was supposed to be. Now, you go down the line. Black women deal with black guys. They're giving them, like, he got us. You wasn't man enough for me. They give all that sassy man.
That song is actually about cheating.
No. I'm just using the punchline, right? So my thing is, the woman would say, you ain't man enough for me because he don't want to deal with her BS. So now if she got like 4 kids or 5 kids and he don't want to take her attitude, they'll say, he wasn't man enough for me. You gotta be. I'm like, what? No, how about you be woman enough for him? Because at the end of the day, men control marriage. Yes. If you want him to take care of you, shouldn't you give him authority to take care of you?
That right? Also stems back to women not allowing men to lead.
But that's my point. That's my whole point. Because now we get to the white guy, she just fall back in place.
And he's like, "Oh, we're going here, here.
His body is mad average. He may have the
dad bod.
He might even have a soy body. It might be mad soy. He's just mad." And she give him all the respect. And I'm like, well, she should, because it's still my husband. You get what I'm saying? But she don't make him, you better deal with my sassy attitude. No, she get right in line. She get right in line because I think it's more of a culture thing. Mm-hmm. So I find that to be really, really weird. Like I have never, for the Facebook world, in the YouTube world, and the Instagram world, one day when this podcast blows up, right? Watch this part of the video and tell me, have you ever heard black women say, "White man, what? You better have a big penis, 6 feet, abs, be good with my kids,
get credit score,
all this stuff. Oh, you're not a man enough for me." I had never heard this before. I had never heard women say, "Oh, Asian man, he must have this." It's always, for example, I have never heard any other race of woman say, "I'm a strong, independent woman." I have never heard this. It's only from black women. And this mantra got to stop, because that mantra itself, that shit hurts black women.
That's like,
no one helps no one who's strong. I have never heard a woman say, "I am strong Asian woman. I am strong Indian woman." I have never heard this before.
It's the accents for me.
And my accents are bad, but
that's like the clip I sent you the other day to our group chat with the Muslim guy, right?
Talking about, he wasn't even Muslim. I think he was a Buddhist.
I don't know what he was, but he was saying what a man should be doing, and he referred back to the Bible, and the black lady was like, because I got this.
No, I didn't see that one.
My bad.
It wasn't Buddhist. I'm bugging. It wasn't Buddhist. I'm bugging. Go ahead.
I mean, you don't read my stuff.
No, go ahead.
I feel insulted.
No, what was said?
No, she was like, "Oh, I got this. No, we supposed to be 50-50. And he's like, in the Bible it says, allow your man to lead. I am the leader. I am the strong person, this, that, and third. And she was like, because we going to go 50-50 on. And he was like, "No, this is wrong with your women now. You don't allow people to lead. I'm telling you that I'm paying all the bills, this, and the third. And you still saying, oh, we should do 50-50 in rent or 50-50 everything." As a man, he said, as a man, my job is to protect, provide, and pacine. Why aren't you women nowadays allowing men to do this?
Was she black?
Yeah, she was black. I just said. She was like, and we go 50-50 on rent, on bills, on stuff. And when we go out, and I'm like, yeah, because she's talking and she's not listening to what he's saying.
Nothing, because I guarantee, what, the guy white or black?
It's an Indian, Muslim.
So, watch this. That's my whole point. For some weird reason, they give these people, they give these people a lower standard to date them than it comes to our own kind. They literally, first of all, you can't be I call them people empty calorie Christians. Because if you really are Christian, you can't be saying,
he's Muslim.
So if you are Christian, you cannot be saying, "What, I can lead, blah, 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 blah." No, it's literally I'm not even a Christian, and the order goes like this: God, Christ, man, woman, child. I have known this since I was a child. I'm a grown man, and I'm not even Christian anymore, but I do respect Christians, how the Bible is set up for structures. I respect it. It can make people a better person, right? If you follow it the way you're supposed to follow it. But a lot of black women saying now, "I'm Christians." You're not Christians. Your grandmother, they was Christian. That's why they last longer. Yeah, because they value vows, and that's why they last longer. The woman today can't hold a candle to the woman of the past. They can't.
But that's why I always, my personal preference, when I meet somebody, I always say, I want what my grandparents had. My grandparents was together for 68 years, and they met at 17, and my grandma always allowed my grandfather to lead.
He's supposed to.
Either up to when he passed. When he passed, he left tons of money for her, and he was still leading, either beyond Earth or beyond this world.
Women say they want that, but they don't know how to. Right, watch this. They say black women don't get protected about black men.
How could they protect if you always yappa, yappa, yappa?
In order for someone to protect you, you have to give them authority to protect you, right? So at the end of the day, if me and you dating, right? I'm not obligated to protect anybody else on the street, a random woman. No, I'm not. Over my wife, my girlfriend, my child. Like, who can protect them when I'm gone, right? So women will give you that what don't want to follow no type of order, but want you to protect them. And protection means to prevent something from happening. A lot of black women think protection means security guard. Like I gotta fight. Mm-hmm. Like they act like Don King and they just booking fights for us.
Yeah.
They'll go outside.
My nigga fuck you up, bitch.
Yeah, they booking
let me
fights
call
for
my
us.
nigga right. That's how you get somebody killed.
You booking fights for niggas and they come up, what happened? Bah, what the fuck is that? I got shot. Cause you told her you
gotta explain to this man mother, oh, he was arguing with Tay Tay and I called my nigga, I took my nigga.
And mind you, the part is messed up because you called this nigga, you gave the dude a heads up. I'm gonna call my man, he gonna hurt you. But you called the man and didn't tell him nothing. And he came there like, what's up? And he getting shot. Now the guy was on defense. Cause he think you coming to hurt him. Or maybe you did call the guy and say, and lie, and the guy came to defend you and hurt that guy, or he might get killed, right?
My friend got killed like that.
That's not protection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Protection. Right now, if you wear poom poom shorts and your ass out, I mean, listen, don't do that. Like, don't wear that because I already know I'm gonna have to fight somebody most likely for saying something wild or try to touch you. What I can wear what I want. You being bossy, but I mean, no, it's preventing. First of all, we represent each other.
Now
I'm telling you, don't do that to prevent it. Like, for example, if your son was to go touch the stove, before he do that, you tell him,
it's
baby,
hot.
Don't touch it, it's hot. It's because you're trying to protect them before he gets burned. Mm-hmm. If he gets burned, then it's not protection anymore.
Another reason why I like kind of switch.
That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Growing up, for instance, I always used to see my grandma bring my grandfather food. And in my head, I'm a kid, I'm like, why the fuck grandpa don't get up and get his food himself? And when he finished the food, my grandma would come get the plate. But now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, this is like caring. This is part of the process, caring and loving. And now I like doing that. If I'm dating somebody, I'll cook, I'll bring you the plate.
If we gotta move the spot, go back over here or something.
Like I said,
I don't know what's
once
going
again,
on.
Kanye went out.
Go ahead.
But yeah, like I like doing that now. I find out like, okay, this is part of understanding being with someone. Instead of the girls nowadays, Matt, you better go get your food yourself. Go make your food yourself. Instead of taking his clothes out, let him run.
But they won't do that to the white man. That's my whole point.
Because it's a...
That's my point. If that was a black man, what get him to himself? But when it's the white man, the black woman ain't giving him none of that sass.
Because you know what's crazy?
That sass becomes straight. It's gone.
Mm-hmm. But it's also, for me, what I think for black women dating white men, it's a goal there. Like, oh, I want to marry this white man. So they doing all the necessary steps to get married. That's what I personally think.
But that should be the way to any man, not just white. It's to any man. Women keep saying black men don't want to marry us. I'm like, yes, they do. They're proposing to you by the boatload, no. And y'all turning it down, saying I've been engaged like 3 times.
That is corny.
And then you keep saying you didn't get married. It's the guy's fault. Now sometimes it can be the guy's fault. But majority of the time, it ain't the guy for it. Like literally, like for real. Like I just know for a fact black women hold white men to a lower standard to date them than black men. The black man gotta have a Bugatti